Hey folks, Roger Moore here at Hypnosis Health Info. You've probably gathered, if you look through a number of my videos and blog posts, that one of my pet peeves is when people talk about needing protein and lean protein and things like that, and they're exclusively referring to things like chicken, fish, beef, pork, and dairy products. They're forgetting about all the proteins that's in vegetables and grains. And this conversation actually started this morning in the gym when somebody was talking to me about what they were eating and wanted to talk to me more depth about the Slender for Life weight loss program, and they have a goal of losing some weight. And when I asked just on a typical day what was this person eating, he said, well, you know, I just morning for breakfast have some sort of protein, and I generally don't eat anything during the morning, and lunch is like a protein bar, a protein drink, protein shake, and I might have another protein bar in the afternoon, sometimes not, or sometimes you'd have a piece of fruit or vegetables. And dinner was generally a vegetable like broccoli or something like that, asparagus, and a lean protein. And I said, well, I'm assuming when you talk about lean protein, you're talking about things like oatmeal for breakfast and at dinner brown rice or something like that. And he goes, well, no, I'm talking about eggs for breakfast. I'm talking about chicken, fish, beef, pork, mostly chicken and fish for dinner. And I said, well, I thought your goal was to lose weight. And he goes, well, it is. And I said, well, you're consuming an awful lot of fat there. And I said, and why are you doing these protein drinks? I said, how much protein do you think you need? Well, he had no idea. So I told him about a report that I read a couple days ago in the Huffington Post. This was on May 25th of 2010. And it says the numbers are startling. Americans consume an astonishing amount of protein. USDA statistics reveal that U.S. men eat as much as 190% of their recommended daily protein allowance, while women eat as much as 160%. The great majority of which comes from saturated fat, heavy meat, and meat products. Protein is essential to life. It builds and maintains muscles, bones, and skin, and regulates metabolism and digestion. But the question remains whether you look at it from the perspective of personal health, or environmental degradation, or cost savings, or animal rights, or veggie activism, or whatever else floats your boat. Do you really need to eat all that meat? Dr. Marion Nestle, professor of the Department of Nutrition, Food Studies, and Public Health at New York University, says all proteins are made up of the same amino acids. All. No exceptions. The difference between animal and vegetable proteins is the content of certain amino acids. If vegetable proteins are mixed, the difference gets made up. And even if they aren't mixed, all you need to do to get the right amount of low amino acids is to eat more of that food. There is no need for animal proteins at all. So here are some great sources of protein. Broccoli, 4 grams in 1 cup. Brown rice, 5 grams in 1 cup. Refried beans, 7 grams in a half a cup. Soy milk, 7 grams in a cup. Peas, 8 grams in a cup. Tofu, 11 grams in 5 ounces. Oat bran, 16 grams in 1 cup. Lentils, 18 grams in 1 cup. Chickpeas, 18 grams in 1 cup. The key factor, though, is what comes along with the protein. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, a 16-ounce broiled porterhouse steak is an excellent source of protein, 38 grams worth, a whole lot more than you need. But along with the ride are 44 grams of fat, 16 of them from saturated. That's almost 3/4 of the recommended daily intake for saturated fat. The same amount of salmon gives you 34 grams of protein and 18 grams of fat, 4 of them saturated. A cup of cooked lentils has 18 grams of protein, but under 1 gram of fat. Wow, that's a big difference. You know, and folks, you know, oatmeal is roughly 11% protein, and according to the World Health Organization, all you need. is about 5% of your total daily calories from protein. And for people who are pretty strict vegetarians and vegans, and particularly the vegans who only eat fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, beans, legumes, things like that, on an average day they're going to get 12 to 15% of their total calories from protein. And again, all you need is roughly 5% according to the World Health Organization. Protein's not the issue. The issue is excess. In fact, I've read some interesting reports recently about just how damaging all the excess protein that people are consuming is to their health, to their liver, to their kidneys. So I beg you, I urge you, please let go of the notion that you have to have dairy products, you have to have chicken, fish, beef, pork for protein. You're going to get more than enough protein from vegetables and whole grains, unless you have some other medical condition, maybe some medications that deplete your body of protein, or maybe you've had a gastric bypass, then there are other issues there. But for most people walking on the street, a protein deficiency is not their issue. The problem is excess. So look around here at Hypnosis Health Info. Lots of information here on self-hypnosis, on healthy eating, on just health in general. And take advantage of the tools and resources that are here and learn how you can put hypnosis to work for you. If you live here in the Puget Sound area, give me a call at 206-903-1232 or send me an email, roger@hypnosishealthinfo.com. And you can come in here to my Seattle office downtown in the Medical Dental Building, or over in Bainbridge Island in the Garden Plaza building up there in Nectal and Erickson, or once a month I'm over in Twilight Country over there in Forks. And if you live too far away, then give me a call, send me an email, and together you and I will work out a phone and internet program to support you in your success. So let go of the notion that you have to have protein and start thinking about eating healthy and what is it your body truly needs. I'm Roger Moore, and this is Hypnosis Health Info.